Greetings, fellow Taoists, and welcome back to the Tao Platform of 1991 Review. Let us discourse on the previous chapter. Han Li, after passing through the grand ceremony, has officially ascended the throne of Grand Supreme Elder of the Drifting Cloud sect, a single step to the heavens, revered by all living beings. Amidst the 10,000 peaks of the Cloud Dream Mountains, where spiritual chi surged like an ocean tide, he selected for himself a peerless spirit mountain, secluded and extraordinary, personally naming it Falling God Peak. After many days of painstaking effort, he laid down countless layers of restricted formations, from soul-bewitching arrays to killing arrays, layer upon layer, creating an inescapable net that even cultivators of the same realm would find difficult to perceive. Standing atop the peak, riding the wind to gaze upon the churning clouds beneath his feet, feeling the purest spiritual chi of heaven and earth cleansing his every meridian, Han Li knew that his long path to the great Tao would henceforth begin from this very place. The new Immortal's Cave was established, but a single thread of concern still lingered in his Tao heart. He decided to return to his former abode, his previous place of secluded cultivation, to retrieve a few worldly possessions and, more importantly, his swarm of primordial ferocious beasts, the gold-devouring beetles, which were at a life-and-death moment of their evolution. But the world's affairs are impermanent, and the will of the heavens is difficult to predict. The moment he set foot at the entrance of the familiar medicine garden, a figure entered his spiritual sight. It was Mu Peeling. She stood there, her immortal robe somewhat disheveled, her peerless beauty stained by the wind and frost, exuding an air of utter despair. It seemed she had been waiting here for countless days and nights. The very instant she saw Han Li's form appear, a final glimmer of hope ignited in her eyes. She rushed forward and, without a shred of hesitation, prostrated herself upon the ground, kowtowing in a grand salute. Her voice carried a life-or-death plea. This humble girl, Mu Peeling, had eyes yet failed to see Mount Tai, and previously offended the heavenly Midas Senior. I respectfully beg the magnanimous Senior to not fault this lowly one. Today, this humble girl has a matter of life and death to request. Hoping Senior will make an exception and accept this humble girl as a disciple. Peeling is willing to offer her soul, to serve by your side for all of life, and will never have a second thought, even if it means ascending a mountain of blades or descending into a sea of fire. Faced with this sudden plea, Han Li only furrowed his brows slightly. His Tao heart had long been forged from ice, unstained by worldly karma. He had experienced too many troublesome causal links, and his cultivation experience told him that entanglements with women, especially women of nation-toppling beauty, were often the prelude to the greatest heart-demon tribulations. His voice was as cold as the glacial winds of the Nine Springs. I have no interest in taking disciples. Furthermore, consider yourself. As a dignified nascent soul patriarch, why would I need to accept a foundation establishment cultivator like you as a disciple? Where's the karmic reason? Out of consideration for our minor past acquaintance, I will not pursue the crime of your offense this time. Withdraw. Han Li's every word was like 10,000 arrows piercing her heart, extinguishing Mu Peeling's final spark of hope. Before she could even grieve, Han Li gave a light flick of his sleeve. A formless yet domineering current of true essence coiled forth, gentle yet allowing no resistance, sweeping her to the side. By the time the shocked Mu Peeling regained her senses, Han Li's figure had long since vanished behind the stone gate that was as heavy as a mountain. Inside, Han Li no longer paid any mind to the karma outside. His entire spirit was focused on the swarm of gold-devouring beetles. These primordial ferocious beasts had completely transformed. Their bodies were now encased in a mysterious silvery gold armor that radiated a sharp metallic light. A ferocious killing chi emanated from them, flooding the heavens, making the very space around them seem to freeze. They had evolved to a new realm, their divine abilities unfathomable, but their savage nature had also surged forth, showing signs of turning against their master. Han Li knew this was a great opportunity that walked hand in hand with great peril. If he could control them, this would be a heaven-connecting killing strike. If not, he himself would face eternal damnation. After a moment of consideration, the decisiveness of a Tao seeker rose within him. Opportunity and mortal danger always coexist. In the struggle for great Tao, one must advance or be pushed back. He decided to gamble, to continue using precious spirit medicine to push the strongest of the swarm to their absolute limit. After collecting everything, he never once glanced back, transforming into a streak of rainbow light and flying back to Falling God Peak, leaving Mu Peeling to kneel there in her boundless despair. Returning to his cave, Han Li prepared to enter a 100-day seclusion to thoroughly consolidate his nascent soul realm. But before that, there was a primordial secret of heaven and earth that he had to clarify. He summoned the artifact spirit, Silver Moon, and seriously inquired about the mysteries of the profound heaven cauldron. Now that he had stepped into the ranks of the nascent soul, he felt he finally had the qualifications to touch upon the deepest secrets of this ancient treasure. Silver Moon let out a soft sigh, a trace of ancient reminiscence in her beautiful eyes. Master, I do know the method to open the cauldron, but I fear the truth will disappoint you. The azure bamboo cloud gall flame is indeed the initial key. Yes, only the beginning. Master must refine this flame of ultimate cold, turning it into your own natal true flame. Only then will you have the qualification to take the first step in controlling this heaven-connecting spirit treasure. Heaven-connecting spirit treasure? Han Li's spirit jolted. Silver Moon nodded, explaining a primordial secret. Heaven-connecting spirit treasure is a term used by cultivators of the immemorial era for ancient treasures with heaven-shaking, earth-shattering divine abilities, capable of controlling a portion of the laws of heaven and earth. The profound heaven cauldron is precisely such an existence. Knowing the road ahead was long, Han Li's Dao heart did not waver in the slightest. On the contrary, his will to fight blazed even brighter. The harder a treasure was to control, the more heaven-defying its power. He asked about the other treasures within the cauldron, but Silver Moon could only shake her head in regret. After weathering 10,000 years, apart from 2 immortal heaven-mending pills, the other ancient treasures had long since birthed their own consciousness and broken through space to escape. Just as it seemed the conversation would end, Silver Moon suddenly gave a mysterious smile and changed the subject to Han Li's greatest artifact of creation, Master Small Green Bottle. Its ability to accelerate the growth of spirit medicine is truly an act of defying the heavens and altering fate. The divine abilities of spirit treasures, however great, must still follow the laws of heaven and earth. But this small bottle is different. It creates life force, moving contrary to the great Tao. I speculate that this object is perhaps an immortal artifact from the immortal realm, or perhaps an even higher existence, something beyond the 3 realms, not among the 5 elements. Hearing this, though his Tao heart was as firm as Mount Tai, Han Li's spirit was violently shaken, as if 10,000 bolts of thunder had exploded within his sea of consciousness. This secret was too world-shaking, too terrifying. After a long silence, he commanded Silver Moon to stand guard while he officially entered seclusion. 100 days later, when Han Li emerged from his seclusion, the aura around him had become unfathomably deep. Silver Moon immediately appeared, her expression a bit peculiar. Master, that Miss Mu has done something shocking. To annul her marriage engagement, she spread the news that she is your concubine. Currently, she has been kneeling at the foot of the mountain for over 2 months, her life force nearly exhausted. After listening to the contents of the 2 voice transmission talismans from the Mu and Yen families, Han Li's killing intent flared. Humph, this woman is audacious, to dare to plot against me. But just as his killing intent surged, in a flash of lightning and flint, a universe-turning idea sparked in his mind. The killing intent instantly retracted, without a trace. He looked at Silver Moon and said nonchalantly, I am a nascent soul cultivator now. Taking a concubine is a common affair. This woman has the looks, and moreover, the cunning and decisiveness. It is better to simply turn the fake into reality, to transform trouble into an advantage, to turn this karmic link into a chess piece in my hand. This is the true disposition of a great power. Finishing his words, he ordered Silver Moon to summon Mu Peeling for an audience. Where will this chess move of Han Li's lead to threads of fate? Will the karma between him and Mu Peeling blossom into a flower or bear bitter fruit? To learn more of these heaven-shaking developments, I invite all fellow Taoists to subscribe and discuss the Tao together at 1991 Review. We shall meet again in the next chapter.